morning. And so this is how I try with my makeup. Let me show you the case. It's not my usual setup, so let's see if it's too much lighting. There you go. I don't know. All right, so this is the travel case I use for my makeup. Keep all my brushes here. I have lashes that I'll use at some point in time. Who knows when? Not today. And then all of my makeup products in here. So this morning I'm going to use my Busy Art palette. But to start with, of course, I gotta do my, base stuff. Let's use the Tatcha primer, the liquid primer. And let's see. I brought two foundations with me. I like to trap all my foundations that are only in stick form. I'm like coming with the liquids just in case they break or spill everywhere. Today I'm going to use the Tom Ford. I've actually never had a liquid foundation like break or anything while traveling. It's just like a paranoia that I have. Because if something can go wrong, it will when it comes to anything that I participate in. All right, and here is my foundation brush. Let's smooth that out. And with my stick foundation, sometimes I use a brush, sometimes I use the sponge. It doesn't really, I don't think I have a preference when it comes to that. In general, I like using the makeup sponge. But with most like really thin liquids, I'll use a synthetic brush. It depends. With my stick foundations, I just depends on what I'm feeling like that day. Today I'm feeling like using a brush. But I have used this with a makeup sponge before, and it goes on well with that too. So no advice there. Oh yes, by the way, my normal disclaimer. These are not makeup tutorials. This is just so you can see how different things affect on my skin tone if you are my skin tone. Because there's not a plethora of sort of luxury brand space people that are of deeper complexion out here on YouTube. So just things that I've already planned to buy anyway, or already have. Figured if you wanted to see what it looks like on a deeper skin tone when it's being applied, I already have. Figured if you wanted to see what it looks like on a deeper skin tone when it's being applied, that is the service I am offering. But I just put on makeup how I like to. It's not the way makeup artists do it or any kind of professional does it. So please take everything I say with a grain of salt in terms of application process. I just do what works for me. And I need concealer. I'm going to use my Pat McGrath concealer in D29. And hopefully, but I mean, what can you do? You know what? I think I forgot to bring my. Did I forget to bring my eyebrow thingy? I did forget to bring my eyebrow thingy. Oh well. It's not like I could do a whole lot with them anyway. I'll just try to rig it with my mascara and see how that works. Alright. Let's actually go ahead and do that now so I can fix it if I mess it up. So I usually use my little brow fix, something or other. the Beautiful thing, but I didn't bring it with me. So let me try using this mascara and see how that comes out. Because mostly I just use it to like straighten, like line my eyebrows flat anyway. It's not to like, I don't do a whole lot of real like shaping and using concealer around them and all this kind of thing. I just have a mental block against eyebrows. And this is what it would basically look like with my other eyebrow stuff anyway. So it's just making the little hairs lie down straight because my eyebrows are pretty curly for some reason. That's as good as it's going to get without me making it a disaster. So there it is. That's my eyebrows. They're done. All right. Um, um, if I can turn on all these alerts. Oh my goodness. Oh, that's fine. Alright, I'm putting on my favorite primer from the eyeshadow, my Fenty, of course. Smooth all that out. And one of the great things I do like about when I travel is that I have everything like together in one place, which I technically could do at home, but I don't. And so I'm always as big of a selection of choices, so that makes it actually a little bit easier. All right, so I haven't really thought about what I want to wear today in terms of my makeup. I'm just wearing like a black and white ensemble, so it doesn't really matter. I think I kind of want to go with all three of these. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go like here, here, and here, and maybe a little bit of that. Maybe I'll put some of this in the crease. I don't know. Well, let's just get started and see what happens. Let me put this in the middlemost area. And so these Viseart shadows, this palette is not like a palette that came put together already. I went through, so you can buy these little palettes empty, and the Viseart shadows are made so they're little magnetic pieces that can come out and go into other palettes. And so I basically just took from my other palettes and made this one for travel. So now I'm getting this purple color. So if you're interested in knowing what these colors are called, I'm sure I could figure it out, but I don't know off the top of my head where all these colors came from. I'm pretty sure this came from one of the Grand Pro. These shimmery ones came from, I think, Grand Pro 2. I think. Pretty sure. I know this color, I think, came from the Brights. And maybe this color came from the Brights and this one, maybe? Editorial Brights palettes. Which are, I think they're smaller. They're like this size instead of the Grand Pro palettes, which are really big. Where do I want to put the green? I think maybe here. Yeah, sure. Oh, and this brush is my Synergy Builder Pro. Yep, Builder Pro. All right. Oh, and I should be cleaning off my brush between applications, and I have not been. So we shall deal with whatever that looks like. I get the purple for this side. I feel like I put a lot more blue on this side than this side. Let me bring that over some. Something such. Okay, today. What do I want to do? I want to do blue or purple? I'll go with the purple in the crease. I might actually add a little bit of the blue to give it some depth in a second. But I want it to be mostly purple. If you have not noticed, purple is like one of my favorite colors. It's probably it's my number one favorite color. I shouldn't say it's one out of it. I just love purple. I am pretty. I'm trying to get closer to the mirror so I can see what I'm doing better. Hello. Don't mean to be all up in your face, but here we are. So usually when I'm putting on the shadow for this part, I try to start in the corner and put all of the majority of the product there and then blend it inwards. So that I end up with a bunch of patches, which is what I noticed I was doing when I was first getting into makeup and putting it on. I was like, why is it so patchy? It was not that the makeup was patchy, it's that I was applying it in a way that would leave patches. So sometimes it's the makeup and sometimes it's your application process that's causing the issue. So, and sometimes it's the tools that you're using or the brushes that you're using are best for whatever it is that you're trying to do. Again, and I know I sound like I'm trying to be some kind of makeup professional. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just saying these are things that I have noticed for me. I am not a makeup artist or professional in any way. And as you can see, I have got this side all jacked up. So there we go. Straighten that out. And of course, as usual, both eyes don't look the same. Round this one out so it's at least a little bit similar to this side. Something such. And speaking of travel, I hope those of you that are traveling, I hope those of you that are traveling now and later for the holidays will make sure to continue to be socially distanced and all that great stuff, even while you're out and about. It's very important. As you can see, it doesn't matter where I am. I'm always just super sweaty in the morning, even if it's cold in the room. Sure, it's got to be some kind of hormonal thing. Here we are. Try not to mess up everything too much. All right, so there's what we got so far. Eyeliner. Do you want blue or purple? We can go with blue and purple. Let's do that. I'm going to use the metallic blue side from the Charlotte Tilbury on the top lash line, upper lash line, whatever. And then I'll use the purple Marc Jacobs on the bottom lash line. Here's that. And when these came out, I think she made them with some suggestions about what your eye color should be if you get different colors, because it's going to make your eyes pop more or something. I completely ignored that. That just seemed like hooey. I mean, like brown eyes. It was kind of like. Stop sweating. On the bottom, don't do this. Don't put your, don't be doing this pulling down your eyelid thing. I'm sure that's bad for your skin, but it's the only way I can do it. So I take the risk. I'm sure when I'm like 70, I'll be upset with myself for having done it, but alas, here we are. Mac setup needs fix that a bit there. I feel like there's something there. That's weird. Anyways, blush. I'm gonna go with these, my blushes. I'm gonna start with the Daiquiri Dip. And get one of my blush brushes out. Oh, and I guess I generally, let me tell you how, I know I meant to take this one out. So I'm stuck out mine here. So to try and keep myself organized when I'm traveling, I keep my brushes in a specific order. So this pocket is for all of my eye brushes. This is for all of my like face detail brushes. So like my highlight, blushes, stuff like that. Contour if I'm gonna contour, which I hardly ever do. Bronzers, that kind of thing. And then, well, not really bronzer. Usually I use this brush, but anyways. And then this one is for like my face products. So bronzer, foundation, and then my setting powder, which I use usually the same brush for my setting powder and my bronzer, or I can use the same brush. And so that's how those are organized. So if you are someone who needs organization in your life, like me, when you're traveling, and that might be a way to set up your little travel case situation. All right, so this is the Daiquiri Dip. I'm sorry, it's very dirty. Just gonna put that right on the apples of the cheeks. I'm not very neat at applying my makeup, so it doesn't come out exactly. There's that. And then I like to also use the purple one at the same time. So this one is Drama Class. That's the purple one. Again, very dirty. Because I use them a lot and I just kind of put whatever in them. I'm sure many of you are much more neat than I am. I'm just generally not a neat person. I think my brain is too disorganized to be a neat person, which would make it, useful for me to be an organized person, so that at least that would be, a help. But I don't do anything that's actually logical. All right, so I like to put the red here and then like kind of blend it up with the purple. So that's that. Highlights. I'm gonna use the silver that's in here, which is my Natasha Denona Diamond and Glow travel side thing. Oh, that's pretty bright. Can't really see that too well. Oh, there we go. That's much more truer color. So it's like it's got a pink side and a silver side. I'm gonna use my rougher 20 fan brush, just in this sort of highlighty area, obviously. All right. Put the brushes back. And pick a powder. Which powder? I brought two powders, a setting powder and a finishing powder. So this one, my Laura Mercier medium deep, and my Hourglass what is this? Luminous Light finishing powder. I'm gonna use my Laura Mercier. I don't know how I made that decision. I just decided that's what's gonna happen. And let me get all this sweat off of me so that I don't end up with just blobs of powder all over my face. And I just use whatever's in the cap. I don't really use a whole lot to just pour it on everywhere. Feel like my nose might need just a tad more today. Seem to be very shiny on the nose today. Oh, there's that. All right. That looks fair. I'm not as close to myself in the mirror as I usually am at home, so kind of make a do with what you got when you're on the road. And I try to put everything back where it was so I can find it again tomorrow. Right. So that was all of the face stuff. And now for a lipstick. Let's see. I think I'm going to do a pinky purple kind of thing today. Yeah, that sounds fine. Oh, I haven't put on mascara. Since I have this one, that's what I'll use. This is some sample. I'm sure I got it in like an Ipsy box or old box or something. A black Pat McGrath on the lower lash line. The lower. Keep the blue at the top. I don't know if I can even see it, but I think it's just that this lighting is not great in here. It'll probably look better when I get out in the sun. So I'll try not to go overboard. Yay. All right, so I am done. Oh, with the exception of my setting spray. I'm going to try to use this SPF setting spray. See what that's like. So probably. There we are. I really hate packaging. And let's see, I don't know how that spray is, so I should probably test it first. Oh, okay, that's a pretty good spray. You only have a bunch of white stuff on my face. No, okay, that's not bad. It smells a little bit like alcohol. You can see if it's alcohol based. I don't know. I don't think so. I don't know, it's my first time using this particular one, but anyways, it's a SPF 50. Spritz over makeup and refresh your UV protection all day. Great, wonderful. Well, we shall see how that works. Am I sweating again? Oh my god. Or is that the setting spray? Either way, there we go. All right, so that is my finished look. I gotta get out of here and go get some breakfast with the boo thing. And I hope you guys enjoyed that little demo thing, you know, whatever. One thing I really like about business, even on my deeper skin tone, so that's kind of rare with a lot of makeup. So I really love Viseart shadows, and that's one of the reasons why they're easy to blend with, easy to work with. I like how their pans are, so you can make your own custom, you know, sort of pans to take with you. You can interchange both the mini petite pro palettes. You can interchange all those different colors, as well as with the bigger palettes. You can make your own kind of custom palette that you need. So especially, I guess, if you're a makeup artist, that's especially important. Professional person that's just on the go. If I'm gonna travel, it's so convenient to just take the colors that I want, and I have to take a bunch of different palettes in order to get the color combinations that I want when I'm traveling. All right, well, that is all. Like, share, subscribe, all that.